Legend Marshall up front. It's down at the memorial.
Chinese engineering. That's how they live. I know where I am. No, I just
About 8:45, something like that there. I like these dudes. I learn from them. Hey, Jackson Ford. Yeah, you can teach them. Yeah, maybe give them an EV walk to a ride. Get tired of it. Oh, no, no, check me next week on my cover short. That's perfect.
Coming today and for gathering in. At this point I'm just going to introduce Mr. Jonathan Smith, the President of the September 5th Foundation and former Commissioner of Police, who's going to say a few words on behalf of the Foundation.
Thanks very much, Craig. You know, when I was driving down here today, it occurred to me, of course, what we were doing 10 years ago was preparing for a hurricane. And none of us that are here today would ever have imagined that for every year since then, one event has drawn us back here. And that event is one that's built around compassion and care for colleagues of ours that died, and Manuel Pacheco, who died, and just the events of one afternoon, how it caught 4 people off guard and it cost them their lives. But just that single event of preparing for something 10 years ago, none of us could prepare for what we have come back here to every year since then. So really the big thanks is on all those who've supported the work of the Foundation. There are, of course, too many people to list off and name, but the representative group is here today. The Bermuda Long Riders, the friends and family of Gladys, Stephen, and Nicole, and Manuel, who every year have taken time on this Sunday afternoon nearest the hurricane date to come back here. This year, of course, there's something added and something special about this year, because it's not only our 10th year, but it's actually the first year that the foundation has been able to give out its educational scholarship. The foundation was formed with a charitable status, with primarily one aim, and that is to help in whatever way we could with the post-secondary education of the children, the surviving children and the surviving grandchildren. And there are 4 potential beneficiaries. So the first beneficiary, just by virtue of his age, is Stephen. And I'm very pleased to say that he's actually off, as we stand here, he's off at Philadelphia University in the States, getting ready for his very first semester in university. More importantly, the work that you've put in every year of just doing little things like buying your pins, sending in donations in the early years, and contributing in whatever way you can since then, has meant that Stephen has benefited $50,000 over 4 years for his university education. And that's a tremendous start for the work of the foundation, because we realize that there are others to follow. I will single out one person who's here today, I believe for the very first time. It's Zen Paul. Zen Paul is the son of Manuel Pacheco, who died. And the reason I've singled him out is because I think his mom, Monica, understands the importance of what other people do at a time to show their compassion and care that brings them out each year. Because in a few years, Monica, he stands to benefit from the work of the foundation as well. And lastly, and by no means least, of course, this event is possible because of the huge amount of work that Bermuda Police Service continue to put into each year, each afternoon, just to make this event happen. You'll see police officers here today, and the significance of the occasion is marked because the Commissioner himself is here today. And I think that shows, again, the solidarity that the police service continues to have behind the work of the foundation. So with those few remarks, thank you once again for coming and showing your support, and I'd like to turn you over to Commissioner Michael De Silva. Thank you.
Everyone,
Good afternoon.
10 years, on one hand, is such a long, long time. And yet, 10 years ago, for the memorial that we're here today, seems like yesterday. And the memory of 4 people is still as strong today as it was 10 years ago. And the reason is because people take time out of their day to come here for this event and to remember them, to remember Stephen and Gladys and Nicole and Manuel. But what's interesting is, although we remember the 4 of them, we don't actually do this for the 4 of them. We do this for ourselves. And the message that comes out of this event for me every year is just how strong the support of the police family is. And beyond that, how strong the community support for the police is. Because there are people here today that have been here every year that never met one of these 4 people. But they're here to support us. And in doing so, this event is actually to help us remember our colleagues, to remember a member of the community, and to remember the strength of the police family. So thank you to everyone that participates every year. Thank you particularly to the long riders who come out every year, no matter what the weather is, and you lucked out this year. But also thank you to the September 5th Foundation, to Mr. Smith, Senator Barron, Inspector Craig Mornfit, because like with any other committee, there's always a very, very small nucleus of people that actually do all the work, and everyone else benefits from the work that they do. So thank you to the committee, thank you to the long riders, thank you to friends and family and colleagues and supporters of the Bermuda Police Service. Thank you for coming out today.
just like now to introduce Stephen's mom and Lynn Stephen's grandmom and great-grand, who have been great supporters of the foundation, obviously, for the work we're doing, and have been here every year. And I think that Rosie's going to attempt to say a couple of words.
Good afternoon, everyone. And we'd like to thank Commissioner Silver, Inspector Moffett, Mr. Smith, and Jeff. I just want to say thank you for everything that you all have done. And Stephen was the first, and I hope he continued his studies. His great-grandmother and his grandmother, and Stephen above, number one. All I can say to the police department, we greatly appreciate everything that you have done. And the long riders. That's all I can say right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Probably know best you as Sherry J, but Stephen Jr.'s mom.
Hold on a sec, Jay.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
That was set up way too tall. Now we have a
Again, thank you on behalf of the family and friends of my late ex-husband, Stephen Simons the first. Today is a day to recognize all that you have done. Don't know where we would be without you. There's a gospel song that reminds us that I never would have made it. And the gathering today is an example of that, that my son never would have made it had it not been for the support in so many ways. And when I say support, I don't just mean the dollars that you have put into the September 5th Foundation, which is always appreciated, but more importantly, the support in your prayers, in your time, in your kind words. And again, I say thank you for being the start of this wonderful foundation, out of which gradually has been built and will continue to grow. And I just want to show you the picture. I've come. Stephen couldn't join us today. He's in his undergraduate studies at the Philadelphia University, thanks to you. So I think you should give yourselves a round of applause now. This is his graduation picture. With merit, and is on his way thanks to you, the Long Riders.